Yo, what's good, people? IzzyMax here, back finally for the finals of Season 4 of the MDL. I am joined today by Matt. How you doing, bub?
Hey yo, how's it going, man?
The semis video should be out either before this or right after this, but our two finalists are going to be C-Rad or Charles and Hector. Matt, why don't you go ahead and break down kind of what these guys have kind of done through their run this season?
Yeah, I think it's very fitting that we have both of them in finals because they both had a real serious breakout season. I think from Hector's side, he missed out on playoffs, just barely missing the wild card slot last season, I believe. He didn't have a tremendous performance, but he's really stepped up his prep and his play this season, and he's blown a lot of good players out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think at the beginning of the season going into this, I don't think anybody expected Hector to do as well as he did in the regular season, let alone get here. And
Right.
then on Charles' side, he's always been a solid, staple in the league. But this season in particular, I've really been blown away and very very impressed by what he's done. I really love a lot of his prep in particular. He's gotten extremely creative and
Mm-hmm.
everything, like every cool bit of prep he has is fitting for the matchup, and it works a lot of the time. And his play's been impressive. He too has toppled some pretty serious players, so I like seeing both of them here a lot.
Yeah, I think one thing for both teams, Hector, his team is head and shoulders better than it was last season, which I think is
Yeah.
very much so helping him a lot. And Charles, like you said, is just being more creative, and I think that's also just kind of letting him flourish just a little bit more with his plays. So,
I also think that Hector's team now is a world away from the team he started with this season, just
for
through
sure.
his transactions. I mean, God, we placed him at what, 15th in the preseason power rankings. So,
Yeah,
and looking at his team now, it's just it's incredibly strong.
obviously one of the best, yes. But talking about teams, let's go ahead and get into the team breakdown. This is pre-recorded, but we are going to give you the breakdown. And as we see, Hector is bringing the Talonflame with the Duraludon Blastoise, Frostlass, Moltres, and the Diggersby. And Charles is bringing the Lele, Vikavolt, Weavile, Audino, Blastoise, and the Terrakion. So we do see both Blastoise coming out. Anything that sticks out to you in particular, Matt?
I'm a little bit surprised to see Trick Room from Charles just because he doesn't tend to bring it a lot, but it makes sense in a matchup. I think the most surprising thing to me here is what I'm not seeing, which is Genesect.
Mm-hmm.
I think that because Hector relies so heavily on a lot of special attackers, I thought that a strong Max Genesect just spamming Max Bug moves and getting those special attack drops could have been really devastating to Hector's sweeping potential. So I'm definitely surprised to not see that here. But everything else makes
Mm-hmm.
makes sense enough to
Well,
me.
with his team being decently weak to fire, with the Weavile and the Vikavolt, and watching the game against me and Hector, where he did utilize, well, the Charcoal Talonflame, do you think that might have deterred Genesect just a bit?
It is possible, yeah. You're right. He does have a fair few fire weaknesses here, but and maybe maybe seeing the heat wave on Talonflame deterred him a little bit too, because I think the classic Blastoise Genesect mode would have been really strong for him. But we're seeing a Lele Weavile come out from Charles now, and as we saw Hector select, there's Frostlass and Duraludon.
So, seeing what Charles led, this leads me to believe this is decently offensive. I know Duraludon doesn't have the best special defense, so Lele is going to be able to kind of poke a hole with neutral fairy moves. And Weavile here is also just pressuring that Frostlass a lot. So, just out the gate, in my eyes, I do think Charles does have the better lead here. But
He
it's a
does seem to, but we
Duraludon.
also, yeah, Duraludon is definitely has a good matchup against both of these. But we also did see that the Frostlass is carrying a Focus Sash, so
Mm-hmm.
Weavile's not going to be able to knock it out in one hit. Maybe like a Snarl or Icy Wind might be pretty strong here. We know that Charles has been using kind of a mix of fast support and fast offense on the Weavile. So I could see either one of those happening here.
Right, and just for you watching at home, we do know the items and the moves for Hector. We do not for Charles, but we're going to try to keep that out of commentary as best as possible. As we see, Charles is maxing. Okay.
Interesting turn 1 max, considering that both of these are weak to steel.
I wonder if this Lele is actually AV.
AV, Babiri Berry, maybe?
One of the two, yeah.
Or maybe
Babiri would make sense. Babiri would make a lot of sense because of the Genesect and this Duraludon. But we are also seeing the max here, so...
Yeah, maybe he's relying on the Snarls from Weavile, or something like that. Let's see.
I'll tell you now, using Duraludon here recently in the PDPL, I am a believer. This thing's awesome.
It is extremely strong, and I think I had a decent matchup here. Oh, that... Alright, so fake tears.
Are we going to see an Icy Wind, though? Yes, we are. That is potentially huge.
So Duraludon will at least get one attack off here. Assuming it's Steel Spiking into the Lele.
Not Babiri. That is AV.
Oof. Yeah, especially considering that the Duraludon's carrying a Life Orb. Yeah, that might just be AV. I don't really know my Lele calcs yet, but...
From last season, I'm not 100% sure, because of course he could have just built it super bulky, but that's looking like AV. And there's the one shot with that fake tears. That was very much so a fantastic turn from Charles here.
Yeah, really strong start from Charles. It's you got to wonder how Hector's going to bring it back now, because I mean, he does have a speed drop on both of these, so I think actually going into Diggersby when he has the speed advantage would be really, really strong. Looks like he's eyeing the Talonflame here, though.
Yeah. Seeing that Talonflame set, though, I don't really like this play, because if you look at that damage, you got to know Lele's at least decently, especially bulky. I mean, maybe a Brave Bird actually takes it here, but you got to think Frostlass isn't doing a whole lot of damage.
Yeah, it's hard to know exactly what the right play is here, but at the same time, like maybe the Diggersby is it might not even be able to KO both Pokemon on the other side of the field, so the other one might just end up KOing the Diggersby. So it might have been a little bit dangerous, but
Hector might just be playing towards an end game here.
It could be, yeah. I'm curious to see how this next turn plays out. I'm not really sure what he wants to do bringing in the Talonflame.
We are seeing a switch here. That's a really good switch.
Yeah, getting rid of the speed drop on the Weavile is pretty important, as well as resisting that hit.
Okay, so we see a fake tears of our own here coming out, but you got to think something's just dead here. Oh, he's targeting the Frostlass. Okay, so it is at least going to stick around. But now we have follow me pressure, fake out. We have a fair bit of stuff here. Charles is really in the driver's seat. Yeah,
and again, we do see the Heat Wave on the Talonflame, just like last week. It's a good tech for the Blastoise Genesect mode, but unfortunately that did not show up here. So but the Lele does have a special defense boost. I don't know if the Heat Wave is actually going to be enough to take it out with that, but it might be close.
I know we had a switch out, but I would have liked to have seen a Brave Bird into that Lele slot just to get it out of here, because you could still Icy Wind and just slow stuff down. But we didn't see a Follow Me or a Fake Out, so I'm curious to see here what the Blastoise is actually doing. That's resisted, but you don't want to. He probably doesn't want to change terrains. Oh, we're just going to see a Flip Turn. That's actually really, really good play.
I think it is. Yeah, he's breaking the Gale Wings now. He's repositioning a little bit with the Icy Winder out of the way. Weavile can come back in here if it has Fake Out. It can prevent the Talonflame from setting up a Tailwind for an extra turn. But we do see the Diggersby out here.
Diggers. If 3 hits of Triple Axle hits on this Diggersby, it's gonna be short-lived.
Absolutely, yeah. But at the same time, Talonflame is just slightly faster than Weavile, so it could end up setting up a Tailwind or oh, he's just going for
He's
a
just
Heat
going
Wave and
straight
Earthquake.
for it. Okay. Now, with the
If
charcoal,
if
though,
the
this might kill.
Yeah, if the Heat Wave kills, it really should kill the Lele here now that it's not max anymore. And yeah, if it kills the Weavile, then he's definitely in this. I mean, well, since the Weavile faked out instead of killing the Diggersby, I think he is still in this.
Yeah, I think actually attacking there with the Weavile was the correct play.
But now Charles could also bring in Blastoise and just fake out the Talonflame because it is.
Yeah. Well, both of these mons are going to struggle to even kind of break through this. Well,
here we go.
We see a Terrakion instead. So
this seems like a very obvious Tailwind Earthquake. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna see.
Scarf Terrakion?
That could save him.
That would make a lot of sense here.
Mm-hmm.
Terrakion's one of those mons. I used it once and just didn't really... Well, it's not Scarfed. I just didn't really like it.
Yeah, it's got to be a defensive item, a Focus Sash, or a
Okay, we see Shuka. Okay, so we're probably going to see...
to save him? Yes, it is.
Hopefully we see a close combat and not a Rock Slide. We do see a close combat. Okay.
All right.
So knowing Blastoise is the next mon up, I could pretty much put my money on Charles taking this one. Well, if the Blastoise has more than just Flip Turn, man, I still don't know, because Talonflame has Brave Bird, so it's going to be doing Recoil. I think this is pretty much...
there's no getting out of this. Even if you Brave Bird KO the Terrakion, I mean, who cares? Like 2 Flip Turns from Blastoise will definitely take it out.
Yeah.
I think this Protect here is smart. Just kind of scout what might be coming out. Check for a Fake Out maybe on Blastoise. But I think aside from the Fake Out, you're not really gaining any information because you're just going to see a Flip Turn Rock Slide probably. There's the Rock Slide.
There's the Rock Slide. And the Flip Turn.
Yeah.
Okay, so Charles is doing really good about just not revealing anything he doesn't have to. That's a good
play. Even if he has Fake Out, he doesn't have to click it here. That was the correct thing to do.
And then Charles here not revealing Brave Bird.
Yeah. I think they both did decently well with information management at the end there. But so game 1 does go to Charles here. So what do you think either of these players might do to adjust, or does Charles need to adjust?
Actually, I think the adjusting is more on Hector's side. Charles really maybe just had a couple plays where he could have made just a few adjustments. Like mid-game, I don't think he did anything wrong in terms of like what mons he brought. But I think Hector might need to leave the Frostlass on the bench. I know it's good for like stat drops with the Icy Wind, but it just kind of sat there after the Duraludon was dead and did really nothing. So
I do wonder though if it might have been the Icy Wind might have been good enough support for Diggersby to start sweeping if he actually brought the Diggersby in when the Duraludon went down instead of the Talonflame there. He would have had so much more offensive pressure. He had the speed advantage on possibly both of his opponent's Pokemon. Surely it's faster than the Lele. Weavile, I don't think we know, but it's certainly possible.
Now, why do you think he's not really wanting to go? Because we're just seeing the same thing. Why is he not wanting to go for the Moltres? I feel like after you get rid of the Lele and can kind of sort of neutralize the Weavile, Moltres just kind of goes in.
Yeah, I mean, it is also carrying that Roselli Berry, so it's going to be able to stand up to that Lele a little bit better than normal. But
and
we're
just going to see the same thing.
There we go. Okay, so obviously Charles won this turn last time. What could Hector do differently here? Do we see a Protect from the Duraludon?
Well, we know the Icy Wind will make the Duraludon faster. Okay. I was going to say you Icy Wind here and bluff the max and just KO the Weavile and save your max for like Diggersby.
Yeah,
But that
could
is
do that.
not what we're doing here.
Surely we see the Lele Max again.
Oh, we have to. It did so well
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And seeing what he brought in the back, nothing else really wants to max. I mean, I guess Terrakion, but it's just not great in the eyes of like Moltres, Duraludon, you know, the opposing Blastoise, and the Diggersby. Like, it's not great into those
Right.
for a max option.
Well, it is decent into the Diggersby now that we know it's Sugaberry.
Well, yeah. But we are just seeing the Lele max again, and then we will see Hector max the Duraludon again. So it's looking like we're just going to replay the turn. We do, of course, know what Hector is clicking, but Charles has to feel good here.
I think you should, given how the turn played out last time. So, did we see what Hector attacked into with Duraludon? I didn't catch that part.
Protect.
Oh, Max Guard. Okay.
I think he's setting up a
Okay.
light screen here.
Okay, so that makes sense. Setting up really either a light screen or an icy wind makes sense here while you're protecting. I don't really like that he's wasting a max turn to do it.
Oh, he's icy winding himself. Charles is. I'm sorry.
Right. So we might just see a KO into the Frostlass then, which is going to make things really, really dangerous. For
If he
Hector,
called
if that's
this,
the
I was
case.
about to say, if he called this, that is
Okay.
insane.
Yeah.
Okay, we
Yeah,
do see
okay.
an icy wind of our own here. Problem is, Weavile just wins this battle.
Yeah, it still has the fake tears, but you got to wonder what's faster between the Weavile and Duraludon now.
Ooh. We're going for a fake tears
Okay.
here on Hector's side. So he's just foregoing the speed. Because we've already seen -2 Duraludon just falls to Lele.
Right. Yeah. I mean, well, we did see there was a double icy wind here, so the Duraludon is at least.
Oh, you're
it's got to be
right.
faster than Lele. Weavile. We'll see. I don't know. You also have to wonder who's faster between the Duraludon and the -1 Frostlass now.
Ooh, Weavile switching out. So this might be a
Okay.
dead Lele.
It could be. Okay,
Duraludon,
yeah.
nah, that sucks.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because the Duraludon did not get hit with the Icy Wind, but the Frostlass did, so...
And now we have Follow Me support on the field. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I wonder if
Okay,
Hector
so-
knew that. Because I feel like if you did, you just go for the Icy Wind again.
Yeah, I don't think he... I would have been surprised if he knew that. But at least Duraludon is still alive for Hector. A bit of a wasted turn from the Frostlass, but you ignore redirection with Duraludon.
Well,
you can
I
just
don't
bop
know.
the Lele
Hang on.
here.
Is it a wasted turn? I don't think he should go for Steel Spike here. That is... Ugh. I was going to say, you dropped the special defense, and you could just go for Icy Winds now. And they actually do damage.
Yeah, but I think it's a decent way to just lock down the Lele slot and make sure he doesn't get another max move off. So I think I like that play. And we saw the Frostlass switch out into something.
What moves were on this Duraludon?
Protect, Draco, Meteor, Flash Cannon, Dark Pulse.
I would have went for a Dark Pulse here. It probably would still KO the Lele and probably do more to the Blastoise than this Flash Cannon will.
Yeah, I think maybe there's something to be said for getting a special defense drop on the Blastoise here. That's fair. Because I don't think the Blastoise has anything to take down the Duraludon this turn, so it's still going to be on the field, ready to benefit from that later on. But yeah, here we see. Oh, he's switching out the Dynamax Lele. Okay.
If this isn't a Follow Me, something's taking a big hit.
Well, Follow Me doesn't matter right now.
Oh yeah, this is a Duraludon.
Yeah.
Duh.
Okay, and that's a dead Weavile.
It very well should be. Oh wow. Okay.
Interesting decision to sack the Weavile instead of the Tapu Lele.
What is Blastoise doing then? Is it just flip turning? Oh.
Okay.
Wait. Misty Terrain's up. No, it's not. Is that Psychic Terrain or is that Misty Terrain?
No, I think that is Misty Terrain, because that's what he hit the Duraludon with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so maybe an oversight
From
from Charles
Charles's
there.
side. Yeah. I didn't think Yawn would even connect, but I guess it doesn't take effect until next turn anyway.
Right, yeah. It would, if Safeguard or Electric Terrain were up, that would just stop the Yawn, but, yeah, Misty Terrain doesn't stop it until the following turn.
So interesting there. I'm surprised he's not just tailwinding and hitting a big flash cannon into this Terrakion.
Yeah, you'd think that would be the play. I'm not sure what, oh, you know what Charles can do? He can actually switch into Lele, and the Duraludon will fall asleep. That
Yep.
may have been his plan. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That is not what we
Oh,
see.
he's not
though.
doing that.
This
Yeah.
was an oversight.
Yeah.
If we see a double protect here, that's
Okay,
kind of rough.
Yeah, that's not bad from Hector's end because he's able to keep the Blastoise in there. Oh, okay. He was maybe still trying to get Lele in, but was using a flip turn to do it.
I kind of like just the hard switch there because Blastoise, you're not going to fire off a flash cannon into Blastoise.
Oh, Hector's not tailwinding here. It looks like.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's. Oof.
What was he going for? I missed it.
He went for a Brave Bird and Flash Cannon into Terrakion.
Is Terrakion faster? It's not faster than a Talonflame.
No, definitely not. But it's like it could very easily just
take this.
Bop the Duraludon with a close combat here. That's pretty dangerous. I feel like you just need to get your tailwind up here. I don't see a reason not to.
No, especially with what's in the back. Because you always want to be faster than that Lele.
Yeah, and this Terrakion slot, you could just lock it down with a Flash Cannon. Lele can't switch into that without dying.
Right.
But yeah.
Oh, Charles is switching out
here. Okay, so the Brave Bird does not go off here because Gale Wings is still intact. Psychic Terrain is going up, but yeah, this looks like a dead Lele.
See, I wish that it was a switch from the Blastoise, not so much. Yeah, because you could have had a dead Terrakion there, no damage dealt, wasted turn from Hector, but we kind of see it unfolding a little bit here for Charles.
Yeah, I think that turn makes sense from his perspective because you should really be expecting that Tailwind and Flash Cannon into Terrakion. You know the Duraludon's Life Orbit's doing a shitload of damage to your Terrakion, probably enough to KO. So if that's the thing you decide to preserve, which makes sense because I think Shukaberry with the close combat is great for the Diggersby in the back. Then
and now Blastoise
that play makes sense.
Yeah, now Blastoise can fake out, but we do just see a double protect here, so.
Yeah, and that's super safe. As long as he goes with the play he should have gone for on this upcoming turn, I think Hector's looking really, really good here.
Yeah.
He's a Tailwind Flash Cannon away from taking this game, I think.
Agreed. This Talonflame really, you didn't see it during the regular season, and he's had it, I think, all season.
Yeah, definitely.
But in the playoffs, it's really, really coming in here.
And still we're seeing no fake outs. So I think it's pretty safe to assume that this Blastoise doesn't have it at this point. I think all we've seen is Flip Turn and Yawn. Okay, so here's the
Tailwind.
Here's the Tailwind play. Yeah, okay.
You got to think it has Follow Me.
Yeah, of course. This kind of a supportive Blastoise, absolutely, yeah. So there's just kind of one more move slot that's up in the air, Helping Hand maybe.
Mm-hmm. Or it still might be Fake Out. I mean, we are in Psychic Terrain. So maybe it's another oversight.
No, you still Fake Out the Talonflame because it's flying.
Oh, I'm saying maybe it's just another oversight,
Possibly, yeah. I think it's from Hector's end. I think it's safe to assume that the Blastoise doesn't have it.
100%.
Especially because you're using Lele on your own team anyway. Not having Fake Out makes sense. And there's the K on this rack.
Yep. All right, the tides have turned very hard here in this game, and we are just seeing the Yawn again.
All right, so I think that we can pretty safely say that this game goes to Hector. He's got all 4 of his Pokemon
Yeah.
left still. So while this plays out, what do you think happens in Game 3? Do we see the same leads 3 times in a row? Who adjusts and how?
I think we could see the same lead out of Charles. Actually, both. Those leads really come down to who's making the right play at the right time. Because we've seen one lead, Charles made the right plays and he won. The next time, Hector was making the right plays and he ended up, of course, going to be winning this match. I think one of the big pivots Charles needs to make, and I know he's relying on the Terrakion as kind of, it seems like a Diggersby check. He really needs to pivot off of that because just everything else kills it.
Yeah, I mean, if he's going to rely on that thing, he needs to figure out a way to beat this, like, speed control plus Duraludon mode, too, because if it's just a 1v1 between the Terrakion and the Diggersby, you know, we saw what happens there. Mm-hmm. If Terrakion still has its HP, it wins. But we also saw here that if you don't get through that Duraludon first, it's a dangerous situation for the Terrakion.
Mm-hmm. Maybe Charles pivots into a Trick Room mode. I
think that would make sense to me. I think it actually has a good matchup into Hector's team, and I was, in retrospect, I'm actually a little bit surprised to not see it at all yet.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is, right, so Vikavolt, outside of, well, I don't actually think anything, nothing hits it for super effective that Hector has except the Diggersby, with maybe a rock or a fire move.
And Talonflame does, but if you have Trick Room up, who cares, right?
Yeah. So Trick Room might be the play here. I think he might want to just maybe go with the same lead, you know, play it out, because it does feel like kind of a 50-50 at this point with those 2 leads. But maybe just have the Trick Room in the bag. You know, leave the Blastoise and the Terrakion on the bench. Just with the Tailwind support, Terrakion doesn't do what Charles is needing it to do.
And we see Hector locking in at least his leads very, very quickly here.
If I'm Hector, I don't think I change anything. Yeah, just keep on playing the way you are. Don't change anything and make the right plays. And it looks like it could win you the game here.
So no Moltres Blastoise in this set. Okay.
No, which should be... I know those are kind of food for the Vikavolt, so maybe Hector's thinking we are going to pivot into that Trick Room mode, but I still want to see it. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, and at the same time, I think a Vikavolt, if it has a Max Quake, it could actually do really well into this Duraludon. Mm-hmm. So that could give Hector some trouble if Charles decides to pivot to that. But nope, it's the same leads 3 games in a row.
Here we go. Like I said, this feels like a coin flip, and I bet they feel the same way.
Yeah, you got to make a call here, both of them.
If I'm Charles here, I do not go for the Icy Wind.
Probably not. I mean, if you're expecting a Protect from the Duraludon, Icy Wind and a Max move into the Frostlass is great. Mm-hmm. But that's a hard call, you know.
Oh no, I'm saying even if you see the Icy Wind, you know Lele can live the Steel Spike, so you just fake Tears and well attack the Duraludon, try to get it off the field as quick as possible, because that was Charles's path to success in Game 1.
Right. Yeah. Well, let's see what he decides to do here. We do see both Pokemon Dynamaxing. Turn 1
again. 3 games in a row. And here's the 50-50. Who made the right play on turn 1 seems to kind of decide the games here. So we'll see once these incredibly long animations are finished.
Yeah, Hector's playing it pretty risky here, not protecting the Duraludon this time.
That seemed to win him the game in that last game, but I'm wondering if he's thinking Charles is going to call it. But we do just see the Icy Wind, so this Lele is going to be able to move. I think this might be a target into... Yeah, I think this might be a target into Frostlass then. Mindstorm is going to be into the Frostlass. Okay.
Wow.
Problem with this, though, Talonflame's just going to come in and Tailwind.
Yeah, and I think depending on the speeds, yeah, that's a lot of damage. Depending on the speeds, I don't think we've seen yet how the Weavile and Duraludon match up against each other speed-wise, but this Tailwind is definitely going to put Duraludon ahead of the Lele.
Now, have we seen the item on Weavile? Because if it's Focus Sash, you just protect the Lele and Icy Wind here again.
I think we saw a Sash in game 1, maybe? I can't remember.
What, don't you think that's the play then? Just protect the Lele if it's got it, because I still think it's AV.
Yeah, I mean, if we think it's AV, then yeah, I think it's pretty much confirmed that it at least doesn't have Protect. Otherwise, we might have seen a Max Guard out of it last game.
Mm-hmm.
But if that's the case, if there's no Protect here, no Max Guard at least, this is a really, really strong position for Hector, because Duraludon doesn't really care, at least in the immediate future.
No, not even close. So this is interesting. One of these Max Mons are probably dying this turn, and I sadly think it's Lele here.
Yeah, I think so.
So there's the Tailwind. We're not seeing a Protect. Weavile is still faster than the Duraludon.
Okay, that's good to know.
So I think Icy Wind should have been the play there. Oh!
Wow, okay.
Okay, change my statement. Fake Tears was the play there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of us expected the Lele to be faster than the Duraludon after that Tailwind. That was definitely surprising. It was probably surprising to Charles. I think he, if he knew that, he definitely would have gone for a Fake Tears there.
100%. That is very interesting. So I guess +1 Duraludon is still slower than neutral Lele. That leads me to believe that Hector just has a massive amount of HP into this Duraludon, which would make sense. But with that being said, though, you now probably, if this is Terrakion, you have to know Terrakion is going to be faster than the Duraludon right here at neutral, right?
I mean, if the Lele outsped it, then yeah, you should definitely expect as much.
So we could see maybe just like an Ice Shard into the Talonflame, and then a close combat, and then we're looking at a 3v1.
I think we've seen all the moves. I don't think it has Ice Shard. I think we've seen Fake Out, Triple Axle, Fake Tears, and Icy Wind, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so the Talonflame's still the fastest thing here.
But the Talonflame... Oh, never mind. Yeah, we could just Brave Bird the Terrakion here, because we know it's Shuka, and that is probably going to kill it.
I don't think Brave Bird's going to kill the Terrakion, but I think getting damage on the Terrakion to put
is
it
important.
Putting it in Earthquake range is definitely important, because we saw the Earthquake. Ooh,
that I was about to say. Come on now, don't throw it away here. That hard switch would be rough.
Yeah, it's hard to know what to do here. I mean,
he's gonna do it.
I mean, getting rid of the speed drop might be worth it.
But how many more turns do you have here? Because if Blastoise is in the back, you're still gonna struggle to kill it. Oh, we're just gonna see a Heat Wave. And it misses the Terrakion. And we know this doesn't kill the Weavile.
Right. Okay.
There's the Triple Axle. One hit's going to do it here. Are we going to see a 3v1? We are. Ooh. Oh, my God.
Those Steel Spike boosts.
Yep.
Oh my God.
I bet Charles is kicking himself for not clicking Icy Wind.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus Christ.
That is
a
huge.
Massive KO.
That is huge. Wouldn't you just want to click Icy Wind? I mean, we are still going to see a 2v1, but Earthquake is still just going to do massive amounts of damage.
Yeah, and there's Weavile doesn't have Protect. Tailwind's still up for, I think, 2 more turns.
Mm-hmm.
And you can Hector might just be able to Earthquake his way to victory. If the last Pokemon in the back is Blastoise again, yeah.
Well, we haven't seen all 4 moves here. If we see a Scald, this could be
yeah, that could make the difference. I don't think you run Scald and Flip Turn on the same set, but yeah, he's protecting here just in case the Blastoise still has a Fake Out on it.
I actually think he's probably doing this to bait the Protect out of Blastoise.
Could be, yeah, but I also don't think either of... Well, we know that Weavile doesn't have
We
Protect.
know Weavile
I don't think Blastoise has Protect. Okay, and he has a 1 more turn of Tailwind, but...
Now, here's
no
my
Protect on
question.
Weavile, so.
Could Weavile be faster here? We seen
well,
plus
we're about to find
one
out.
play out. +1 Duraludon was slower. Granted, I almost guarantee Hector at least has some speed in this Diggersby. Yep, here it is.
There it is.
Oh yeah. If this
that's
Flip Turn doesn't Omega Lol crit, Hector is gonna walk away with it here.
I don't even think a crit's enough. Yeah, crit wouldn't be enough. That's it.
Do we see an Aqua Jet? I don't think an Aqua Jet would do it.
Aqua Jet crit would, but I think that's going to be it.
Well, yep, that's going to be it there. So
there's the Earthquake.
There was, in this third game in particular, I'm going to go ahead and pause it here. Actually, we'll wait a minute. In that third game, I think there were two plays that really decided it. And I think they were both kind of oversights on Charles's side. One, the big one, were the speed tiers. Which I don't even know if that was an oversight, just kind of a surprise. Like we didn't expect it.
Yeah, it was a surprise to us. So.
And the second one was not clicking Icy Wind and actually going for that triple axle.
Right. Yeah, I think it's hard to blame Charles for either one of those because even with the steel spike boost on Duraludon, I fully expected that close combat to KO.
I did as well, but you got to think that's just safer. You do see all those boosts. You can at least double target. Granted, Icy Wind can miss, but so can triple axle.
Yeah, I guess it is just a little bit more optimal there because the Talonflame is so low, anything will kill it. So, yeah, and Icy Wind is actually just a little bit more accurate, even. So
right, and then you would have still had your Shuka Berry intact. You would have still had that Blastoise in the back.
Yeah, I think that play might have won it for him.
Yeah, and I don't even think, like I said, I don't even think it's a misplay because, like we said, we both expected it to kill. We both expected the Duraludon to be faster. I think Charles just kind of ran into some unforeseen circumstances that honestly nobody is going to actually call correctly. But what'd you get out of this match?
God, I love how close it was. Considering that I think both of these guys deserve to be here and they had fantastic seasons, especially I think they exceeded all expectations. To have a game that close go a finals match go to game 3 and then come down to the wire there, last couple of turns. When that happens, you can't ask for a better final match.
Yeah, and when you're talking about, like you said, best of 3 game actually going to 3, and something that decided it was something that 2 respectively top coaches that have been in the MDL also didn't expect to happen, and that's what decided the game.
Yeah.
I think that's just huge.
Yeah, I think they both played it very, very well. I don't really fault either of them for doing most or all of what they did. It was a great game from both sides.
100%. But that will do it for Season 4. Congratulations to Hector for being our champion. And just going down the list here, Hector is our champion. Charles is our runner-up. In our 3rd and 4th slot, it is me and Noah, who also had a very surprising season. And then going down from there, you got Dan, you got Dina, Who else do we got? Dan, Dina,
Anthony, and
Burst. So congrats to all those coaches for making playoffs. This league is definitely getting more and more competitive each season, so it is no easy task to even make playoffs. We see top coaches like Ryan this season not even make it. So, best of luck next season for the coaches coming back, and I expect more of this.
Yeah, this season has been absolutely wild, and I'm very much looking forward to the next one.
Yep.
And yeah, congratulations once again to our season 4 champion Hector.
Yep. And with that, do you have anything else to say?
I think that should do it.
All right. We will see you guys next season. Peace.